Hello students! This week we're going to focus on how to read and analyze an article. So let's get started. Let's first take a look at the simple strategies that students use to analyze written academic content and what those strategies are. We will discuss 4 different strategies: previewing, skimming, scanning, and note-taking. The first strategy is previewing. When you preview the text, you activate prior knowledge and make connections. You are able to predict and infer, look for text evidence to support your lines of thinking. Previewing an article includes the following steps. First, read the article title and think about what it says or means. The title often summarizes what the article is about. Also read about the author if any information is available. Next, read the parts that jump out, such as subtitles, headings, and subheadings. They reveal the author's organization of the text as well as key phrases which reveal the basic content. If you know anything about the subject or have studied them before, the key phrases will trigger what you have stored in your memory and bring it from your subconscious to your conscious mind. A subtitle is a short summary appearing under or next to the title. Subheadings are breakdowns of main headings, and they usually reveal the important points related to the major heading. A large font or bold print often stand out as a visual aid for the reader. Look carefully at any pictures, illustrations, graphs, charts, tables, or diagrams that accompany the text. Looking at such aids before you read puts your mind into the correct frame of reference. Also note any keywords which may be used to describe the pictures. They will usually refer to the main points. Reading the first sentences of each paragraph will give you a good sense of what the text is about, as these sentences usually contain the main ideas of those paragraphs. Now that you know the important points in the article, you will pay more attention to them as you read the article later on. Finally, read a summary or an abstract, if there is one, as this should give you a good overview of what you are about to read. The next strategy is skimming. So what is skimming? Skimming involves running your eyes very quickly over large chunks of text. It is different from previewing because skimming involves the paragraph text. Skimming allows you to pick up some of the main ideas without paying attention to details. In order to skim a text, you should not worry too much about the individual words or vocabulary items, but instead read through the information to get a general idea of what the article is about. Start at the beginning of the reading and glide your eyes over the text very quickly. And take only a few minutes to read the text. So for example, if you pick an article in order to skim through it, you should take 10 to 15 minutes depending on the length, whether you have a hard copy of the article or are looking at it electronically. Don't stop anywhere and don't pay attention to minor details. Always familiarize yourself with the reading material by gaining an overview and/or skimming before reading in detail. The next strategy is scanning. So what is scanning? Scanning is sweeping your eyes over parts of a text to find a specific piece of information. How do we scan a text? You should start scanning the text by allowing your eyes or fingers to move quickly over a page. As soon as your eye catches an important word or phrase, you should stop reading. When you locate the information that requires your attention, you should slow down and read that relevant section more thoroughly. All these strategies we covered so far help you make connections, generate questions, and stay focused, but they're not substitutes for thorough reading. So the last but most important step is to read the text carefully and take notes. This requires more time, more focus, more attention, and of course, more practice. You need to make notes in the margins of an article, in a notebook, or in a document on your computer. The more detailed notes you make, the more you'll understand the content and be better prepared to draw upon the content in class discussions and course assignments. There are about 5 simple steps in analyzing the reading carefully, and if you complete them properly, these will help ensure that you've analyzed the article in depth. So what are these steps? Number 1, identify difficult or unfamiliar vocabulary. This is the simplest step. All you need to do is read through the article again, underline, highlight, or circle words or phrases that you're not familiar with or you're not quite sure what they mean, and then look them up in a dictionary. Next is identify important key words or key phrases. Now, this is not the same as identifying difficult vocabulary items because sometimes an article can have a lot of difficult words, but they're not all keywords or key phrases. Keywords are words that help you understand the main idea of the article or the important information. Sometimes certain words are repeated over and over again, which suggests or implies that that's an important word to understand. Once you identify a keyword, highlight it and then write the definition next to it as an annotation within the article or in your notes. Next, identify important facts and opinions. This is a really helpful skill for academic students, and it really helps you practice distinguishing facts from opinions. Remember, any number or statistics that's provided by an expert is usually a fact. And when somebody uses those statistics or numbers to support a position that they take, they're usually giving an opinion, even though it's an expert opinion. The more you can identify facts and opinions, the more deeply you can analyze the content of the article. Again, as you identify these pieces of information, make sure that you add them to your notes. The next step is identifying levels of information. Level 1 being the thesis, level 2 being the main idea, level 3 being major details, level 4 minor details, and so forth. Now, these levels of information can be found across an entire article, but you can also split the article into sections and then find levels of information within each section. Make sure that you, as you identify these levels, add them to your annotations or to your notes. The final thing the good reader do is that they record their reactions and their responses to the article. So what does that mean? As you read the article, you may find yourself agreeing or disagreeing with different parts of the text. You might be surprised by something, you might find something interesting or thought-provoking. These are different kinds of reading responses, and they are important strategies for students to use. You can also apply them to any context. You can use these strategies when you're reading an article or watching a video. Now make sure that you, as you react to the material in front of you, also record your responses in your notes. So this is it. 5 simple steps to analyzing an article in depth. We're done with this quick tutorial on how to use different strategies, read an article, and analyze it for academic purposes. All these strategies will help you become a more active and powerful reader. Thank you.